Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to talk about solar. In our homes or in our homestead where we stay, we all require power. You can get power in many ways. You can go for a generator. You can be connected to your country's utility service. Here in Kenya we have KPLC, and you can have another choices, solar, which I have here. Solar is very expensive as you start, but very reliable. If you check, like in this country, Kenya, East Africa, our utility power is not reliable. It can go out at any time, be inconveniencing you. If you are doing some work, you'll have to wait for power to be back. You also have a generator. Today's petroleum is very high, or the diesel or the petrol is very costly. So that is not a good option. The best option, and which is reliable, it is the solar. It has very high initial cost, but very reliable. You are sure you will have power always. And if you have a house, how do you determine the size of your solar, or how many solar panels you are going to require, or how many batteries, or what is the capacity of battery you require, or what is the size of your inverter? First of all, let's look at the requirements of a solar system. You will need solar panel, you will need inverter, and the batteries. Let's start in this video. Let's start with the solar panels. How will you determine how many solar panels you are going to require? First of all, you are going to require to do a power budget in your home or in your house. Power budget, what do I mean by power budget? Power budget is what appliances do I use in my home, or what do I use my power for? Do I have a TV, a water pump, a refrigerator, or a fridge? Yeah, that is a fridge. Cooler. Do you have air conditioner? You have to get the power requirement of each of the appliances you use, add up the power requirements, and then see how much power do you require in your home. I'm going to show you an example of a power budget, and a table you can create and calculate your own power budget without requiring any professional to come and do it for you. This is an example of a power requirements or your solar system sizing, that is power budget. You list your appliances: iron box, microwave, electric kettle, water dispenser, water pump, LCD TV, fridge, TV, home theater, internet routers, bulbs, decoder. You list these are examples. So you can list all the equipment you use or the appliances you use. Then you are going to say how quantity or a number of items you have. If it's one or two, like one of water pump I see here is 2, TV is 2. Then you are going to indicate each gadget, what is the power rating of that gadget. To check the power rating of that gadget, you can check it here. Let me show you, like yeah, let's go to microwave and check what is the power requirement and where do we check it in the equipment. This is an example of our microwave. Let's go at the back of the equipment. Let me turn it at the back. This is the back of the microwave. Here at the back there is a label. You can see here input. You can see the input here. The input is 700 watts. No, the input here is 1200 watts. That is your rating of this equipment. So you are going to take that and record it in your book or in your table. Let's go to another item like electric kettle. You see this 1200 watts. You record that, and how many microwaves do you have? Here we have electric kettle. At the lower side here, you see a label like this one. Let me focus. Like this one, you see its input is 2150, 2150 watts. You also add that to your power budget. You'll take all these items. The first column is the number of items, the rating, like we have seen. Iron box about 630 microwave, 1200 watts. This times this, you get this. This is the total rating of that item. You have like 2 water pumps. That will be 2 times the 550, the rating of that item, to get 1100 watts. Then, how many hours do you use that item? Like an iron box, every day you cannot use it more than half an hour. Every day to iron your shirt or your trouser early in the morning, it takes only about not more than 20 minutes. I've given it half an hour. Then microwave to warm your food is about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. The whole day it can take. If you add all those times you are going to use that item, it will take about half an hour. Electric kettle, you boil water, it takes about 10 minutes. If you boil even if it is 5 times, I've given it half an hour. For dispenser, many people do not put off their dispenser, water dispenser. It is on throughout the day, but it have a cycle. It cools, then stops, then start again. If it is heating, it heats for some minutes. If the water boils, it shuts itself off, then on again. I've given it 12 hours because in full, especially when you are not using it during the night, it will not start and stop, start and stop. Then you have water pumps. Water pump, it will just go on if you open a tap, or if you use some water, then it will fill your tank. That if it has a float switch or a pressure switch. CCTV 24 hours. So the 150 watt used by CCTV, you times it by 24 hours because CCTV do not go off. Your fridge, let me take you to the fridge. Many people think fridge uses a lot of power, but it does not use a lot of power. It is very little power because most of them are the improved one with the green stars. When you are buying your fridge, please check this one. It does not use a lot of power. Then if you are not opening the door so many times, it does not use a lot of power. Just one I'm going to show you is using 57 watts. This is the rating of the fridge. You see here. Rating 57 watts. So this is a Von type of fridge is a Von kilowatts per hour. Per year 265 divided by about 57 watts rating, the rating. So per day you can do your maths, but here they have written 57. We are going to go with this one. We go back to our table. So after doing all the maths here, you will take your bulbs. Have that the house, if it has 30 bulbs, each bulb 11 watts, but you have to check your bulbs, how much did they consume. The others which are 5 watts, 10 watts, there are others which are big ones like the chandelier, they take almost 40 watts. So you are going to add all of them. You have a decoder, DSTV or whatever you have, 30 watts. You add all these and you see power required per day. No, this is power required. No, this is not per day. This is power required 7,517 watts. This is power you require at a go. If you put everything on in your house, this is the power you require, or the inverter should be able to hold to accommodate this power. This you also times this 7,517 times 1.25, that is safety margin. After that, you times by the hours and get this column per day. Now, if it is the URL box 800 watts hour, that is per day, you require that power. Add also these ones and you'll get this figure here, 21,263 watts. This figure will give you the amount you require in a battery to hold you for a full day, 24 hours. How much, these figures will help you to calculate the battery. Will also help you to calculate the inverter. This here will help you calculate the inverter. The inverter, you require a minimum of 8 kilowatt VA inverter. 48 volt system is the best, because this one 48 volts system, you will not require very thick cables, because you get 8,000 divided by 8,000, that 8 kilovolts amperes, that is 8,000 volts amperes, or 8,000 watts divided by 48. The current will not be that much. If you got a 12 volt system or a 24 volt system, it will be very expensive to buy the cables, because the current will be very high. Sorry, I'm taking too deep, but for you to get, we have this formula of calculating current and voltage, and current is the determinant factor of size of cable. You hear a technician telling you require 35 millimeter, 50 millimeter. This one is determined by the voltage and the power to draw from that battery. This is power, this is the voltage. To determine the size of the cable, you divide the power you are drawing from that battery, or that or the power that inverter is going to provide, divided by the voltage of the system to get current, and current determines the size of the cable. I hope everyone has understood. If you have not understood me, please go to the comment section, ask me any question, I'm going to answer you. Also, the minimum requirement of this system is 25 kilowatt hours, because here we require about 21,263 watt hours, or that this is like 21 kilowatts hour. With a minimum of 25 kilowatts hour, the battery bank will be enough to help to sustain you in a good. We are going to discuss this later. We also have the minimum requirement of the panels. We said we require the inverter, battery, and the panels. Also the panels, with the peak sun hours, like here in Kenya, we have about 5 peak hours. You can check that through Google. You have request for your area, how many peak hours. Peak hours, what do we mean by peak hour? Peak hour is the day the sun is shining. The sun is at the peak. The solar panels are making power. Like where I am, it is about 5 hours per day. In 5 hours, I need the solar panels to fill my 25 kilowatt battery, and also charge the the amount I'm going to use. So about 5 hours, I need about 9 panels of Rongi, 590 watts each. If you times 590 by 9, you see how much that is. So that is enough to fill my in 9 hours, if I have 9 panels, each contributing 590 watts times 5 hours, I'm going to fill the battery of 25 kilowatt hours. The most important when connecting the solar panels, it is the VOC required by your inverter. It has, I'm going to show you where most systems, it is written the VOC you require for the maximum VOC for each inverter has a VOC it requires for it to operate. If you go beyond that VOC, you are going to destroy your inverter. Sorry about the angle of recording. This is a working system. So like this inverter here, it is an inverter of 3.2 kVA. You can see it by this number here. DC output 125 or DC input 125 amps, 24 volts. You see this is a 24 volt system. We are looking for VOC. You see here maximum solar voltage VOC, it is 450 volts DC, and then there is MPPT range from 55 voltage range to 450. The minimum 55 volts will give you how many solar panels you require for it to start your MPPT. MPPT means maximum power point. We talk that when talking about the charge control, which is inside the system. It's inside the inverter. So you not buy it in separately. We have also what else do you require here to know? These are 3 kVA. The charger is let's say the 80 amperes maximum charger. It can charge with almost 80 amperes. That is very good. We'll talk more when talking about charger in the next video. Also, you can also have a charger MPPT charger without an inverter like this one. This one is a snazzy. Right now it's providing 3.1 amperes. You see how it is working. These are MPPT charge control, but it is only, this is for beginners. It's a 40 amperes MPPT. This is for beginners. You just you just use a MPPT charge control, then inverter separately. This 24 volt system, you see, is 27.4. The battery is 24.7 volts right now, and is charging with 3 amperes. This is a higher system. You see, this 3. It is the one I have shown you of 80 amperes charging. Right now the sun is not very hot. You see, it is charging with 13 amperes and increasing as the sun, if there is a cloud cover, low amperes, high if the sun is high or there is no cloud cover, it increases the amperage. So where were we? We are checking how many solar panel do we require. Like our system, we have seen we require about the battery we require, it is 25,000 watts hour or 25 kilowatt hour battery. How many, taking that, I'm taking 5 hours, it's our sun hours, peak sun hours. So we require about 5,000 watts. That is 25,000 divided by 5 hours. We require 5,000 hour each hour, 5,000 watts each hour. So how are we going to determine how many solar panel do you require? To get 5,000, we require about so the solar panel can be rated 590 watts, but the actual, remember this 590 watts, it was taken in 25 degrees Celsius temperature. The sunlight was direct overhead. Your sun will not be direct overhead always, only if you are on the equator, exactly on the equator. But if you are some degrees north or south, it will never be direct. So there will be some losses. There will also be losses in your wires, some dust on the panel. Remember, you will not wake up every morning to go and clean your solar panel, so there will be some losses. So the 5,000, I'm taking 590 watts panel, 9 of them will minus the losses. Also, I'm taking 9 because of the requirement of our VOC, voltage open circuit of each solar panel. Each solar panel has its own voltage open circuit, VOC. If I times, I'm taking about 50 times 9, that is about 400 volts. 50 times 9, that is 450 volts. 450 volts, and my inverter require VOC, maximum VOC of about 50 watts or 500 volts. 500 volts, sorry, 500 volts. We have 450 volts, which is my VOC. Then 500 volts, that is the requirement of the inverter. Not the one I have showed you, that was just an example. I'm saying this system now, which we have calculated with you. We have seen we require 500 volt VOC. That is the, if I'm going to get the 8 kilowatt, 8 kilowatt, like 8 kilowatt inverter from Felicity, from most of them are 500 volts VOC. 450 will be below that. The 50 I've remained with, that is for in case one morning it is very cold and the sun is up. Remember, if it is very cold, the solar panels produce more power. They produce more voltage, and this may damage my inverter. The 50 is my safety margin. So I'm going to take the, for 450, that is 50 times 9. Also my wattage will be good. So within 5 hours, if the sun is good, I'm going to fill the battery. The other, I'm going to use the power on the other hours, because they may be when the sun is not direct on top of my solar. The other power, I can use it to do the like TV is working during the day, something like what else? Water pump is pumping during the day. It will not take from my battery, it will take from the solar direct. That is most inverters today. They can take direct sun, not a must to pass through the battery, direct to the equipment. So we have seen how to calculate the number of panel. You take, remember what we said, that power budget is very important. That is the first requirement you have to do for you to determine the size of your solar power system. Power budget. Do your power budget and add even extra. What do you think later you are going to require? This one will determine how many solar panels do you require, or what is the best inverter for you, and always go a bit higher. For inverters, always go a bit higher from what you have calculated, at some 1,000 or 2,000 above that. This will for future, if you buy another pump, if you add another gadget like a washing machine, this one will be catered for those watts you, because every inverter has a peak power output. This is, it's good to determine that peak power output. In our case, it was 7. We took it to 8,000, but we have 7.5. at 7.5 by 2K to 8 kilowatt. This is for safety. And even for this system, you can put a 10 kilowatt inverter. Remember, the heart of your system is the inverter. In the next video, we are going to discuss how to determine the correct size of the inverter. We have calculated most of this video about the solar panels. Power budget, very important. It's very easy. You can do it even if you are not a technician or you are not a DIY like me. Always do your power budget. Power budget determines everything. Even if you go to any installer, the first thing he asks you is your power budget. Prepare a table. I've shown you how to prepare it. Prepare a table. Put everything you have, the power it requires, and the total. This will be used to determine it will be used to determine the battery, even the cost. This culminates to knowing the cost of your system. The other things like the safety gadgets you require, the fuses, the circuit breakers. What else? The circuit breaker. You require also the SPD, surge protection devices. Remember, this system is prone to weather like lightning, short circuiting. So you require a surge protector. You also require circuit breakers. Each panel has also its current. If you connect the panel series, you add the voltage, but the current will be the same. Get this right. If you connect in series, you add the voltage. That's why we said the VOC is very important. You add the voltage. So you have said that if each solar panel is producing 50 volts, and these are 400 volts times the current, which let's say each solar panel has 9 amperes. So 400 times 9, 450. That is 400 times 9, 400 times 9 amperes. We get the wattage. Volts times amperes equals wattage. Wattage will come 4,500 watts times, let's say the peak sun hour is 5. So 4,500 times 5. That's come to 25. No, is it 20? No, not 25. That is 22. 22,500. 22,500 watts. 22,500 watts. That is 22.5 kilowatts. You see, that is the amount of power this system can produce. That is for example. So for your house, you will see how many watts you require per hour. Then that divided by, then that will determine which type of solar panel you get. Is it a 590? Is it a 400, 300? That's what will determine your solar panels. So in this video, we have calculated, we have seen how we can get the number of solar panels you need. In the next video, we are going to calculate how do you get the battery size you require in your house, which is sufficient and can get you through the day or the number of days you can the solar batteries or the battery bank and the types of batteries we have. And for the solars, we have about 2 types, or let's say 3. There is polysaccharide and monosaccharide. Monosaccharides are the best. Also, you have the bifacial. If you are going to mount your solar panels on a carport, you can also get the solar panels which are double-sided, which can get energy even through the back. We have the Rogi solar panels, which are also transparent and can absorb energy at the back. These ones are white at the back, so they don't absorb any energy at the back. Also, another determining factor of how many solars you'll mount on your roof is the space. You cannot have a small roof and you calculate to have a lot of solar panel. Each solar panel has its own size, so you get what the size of your roof, then you see how many panels you can install there. But the most important is to know your power budget. Also is to determine what battery do you require, or what is your power or your cash power. How much money do you have? Which battery do you have? How many solar panel can fill that battery in a day? Batteries, there are many types. There are lead acid, there is lithium, right now there is sodium. But the most important or the best to choose is a lithium, because the lifespan of that battery is about 16 years. So you will not think about battery for a long time. But for lead acid, 2 to 3 years you'll be required to go back to the shop. So as you plan to let God pay the bills, that's what we say in solar, let God pay the bill, because the sun is free. Just require the solar panels, the battery inverter, and you get your power. Nobody will come, will send you a bill. You just, if the sun is up, you are good to go. You make power on your roof, on your car garage, and that. So in the next video we are going to discuss on how to get the battery capacity you require for your solar system. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please share this video with somebody who is aspiring to have a solar system. Tell him somebody is talking about how to calculate the number of solar panels. I'm going to talk about also the battery, also the inverter. See you in the next, and please subscribe, share, and like this video. Thank you very much. See you in the next.